We're taking a break from our devos on the Beatitudes. We'll resume those tomorrow. But we're just finishing up Memorial Day weekend. And I've spent a fair share of my time in cemeteries over the years. It comes with being a pastor. And I do like to look at some of the different headstones, and I like to read the dates and the names, wondering about the story behind those names. And some of those tombstones that I see are weather-beaten, they're chiseled, they're chipped. Some, of course, are brand new. Some, the writing is faded and barely legible. Others, clear and crisp. I'm sure they all have some stories to tell us. Some will speak of being born over 100 years ago. Some about the heritages there. Some came from England or sections of Tennessee or other parts of the Midwest. I recognize that pain is there as well. One tombstone simply spoke of a baby boy born and died September 11, 1910. Several years ago, there was one tombstone that really caught my eye. I often think about it at this time of year. It's in the back of a cemetery. It's near a cyclone fence. It's all by itself. No marker, no foundation, no surrounding sites. It's not even a tombstone, really. It's just a bent up marker, and it's turning green with age. And it's of Private Lloyd Moore, 1893 to 1939, 2nd Depot Battalion, Canada. What caught my eye that day were the words atop this simple aging marker: lest we forget. Lest we forget. This weekend, of course, is characterized by this concept. Memorial Day really is a time that's set aside for remembering. Lest we forget, so we remember. We remember, of course, those who sacrificed on our behalf, who paid the ultimate price for the freedom that we have in this country. We benefit because someone else gave their life. When we forget, that can have tragic consequences. And so it is important that we remember. And in the same way as Christ followers, we want to remember what Christ has done for us. In fact, we must remember, because we are the benefactors of His death on that cross. And His death makes it possible for us to have freedom for eternity. And so we remember. But let me also add, those of us who follow Jesus, we of course remember with hope. Paul puts it this way in 1 Thessalonians 4. Brothers and sisters, we do not want you to be uninformed about those who sleep in death, so that you do not grieve like the rest of mankind, who have no hope. For we believe that Jesus died and rose again. And so we believe that God will bring with Jesus those who have fallen asleep in Him. I recognize it's difficult to remember the dead, especially if we have no hope. But our text screams out hope. Death that still causes our hearts to hurt, our minds to be saddened. And yet for Christ followers, we have hope. Not because of some philosophical speculation or even a religious myth. Our hope rests on a sure historical foundation. And so for the believer, there is hope. And so we can say with Paul triumphantly, "O death, where is thy victory? O death, where is thy sting?" As Paul is counseling the Thessalonians of that church, he's saying not to sorrow as unbelievers, but he's not urging them just to endure a deep stoic calm. He's not just saying you gotta grin and bear it through that hurt and pain, which they can't avoid. Nor is he counseling a callous indifference. Instead, Paul wants us, even today, to remember the complete victory that Jesus won for each and every one of us who follow Him. So the message is not that there's no death, not that God won't let you die. The message is not even that faith is easy. The message is hope. When it seems all is wrong, there's still hope. When our lives have yielded to death, when all that's good has turned bad, when pain replaces pleasure, when fear robs us of our trust, my friends, there is still hope in Jesus. Memorial Day reminds us of death. Death is real, and in this life it's final. But we're still going to remember. And we remember our loved ones with gratitude. We remember those who sacrificed for our country with gratitude. So it's good for us to remember. But whatever you do, don't forget to remember Jesus. And remember His resurrection. And remember this. Remember the hope that you have in Jesus. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you tomorrow.